friends, welcome back to the channel. So for this week's episode, I don't have one particular topic in mind. I don't know what I really want to talk about because I am so tired this week. I feel slightly inspired to talk about rest because I feel like I desperately need it, and honestly don't feel like recording, but I'm doing it. So I show up even when it's hard. That's one of my affirmations. But it's not going to be a glamorous episode, and I may be a little down in the dumps because guess what? I'm on my period. So let's just get to it. So this week I have been craving rest. My body desperately needs rest, and I am truly trying to listen to my body's needs. And that means that my workouts aren't they're just not as intense this week, and my meals are a little different. I'm craving like more nourishing foods this week, so I'm like, okay, cool, cantaloupe, what's up? But I think that it's important to listen to our bodies, and when we, particularly, I live in a major city, we're taught to be boss people, boss babes, corporate, let's go girls, let's sell, do, be. And that's just not who I am. I am in a soft girl era, and I think I've always meant to be a soft girl. But what's been challenging is the guilt that I feel associated with wanting to not be a boss babe. And I don't think I've ever wanted to be a boss babe, maybe for like 5 minutes, but like the real me, I'm so down to earth and chill, and I just like to laugh and relax and just experience joy. And maybe being a boss babe to some people is joy, and that's okay, but me in particular, I am just like, nope, not there, don't care. And I don't like that I feel guilty, and I don't know how that was instilled upon me. Like, where did this inner guilt come from? Probably my childhood, probably because I don't want to disappoint my boss, my coworkers, and like maybe that's a reflection of like, oh, I don't want to disappoint my dad, and I think that daddy issues. I'm not really sure, but what I'm trying to do with this season of Soft Girl is navigate these inner dialogues I create between me and like my imaginary boss that lives in my head, who's telling me absolutely nonsense. So it's what I'm trying to say is it's okay if you want to take a day off of work. It's okay to call out of work if you have the time to call out and take a mental health day for yourself. And I don't think that we do enough of that, and I don't think that we recognize the importance of having me time. And what you choose to do in that free time of yours is entirely up to yours. And that free time doesn't have to be Saturday and Sunday. It can be Monday, it can be a Wednesday, it can be whatever day you want it to be. But we're meant to feel guilty, and it's not fair. And if it's not coming from like your coworkers, it's coming from yourself, right? Where's that guilt coming from? And it's more important to listen to your body. One of my good friends who I used to work with told me that when you're on your deathbed, there's things you're going to be thinking about. Just loose example, your family, your friends, things that you wish you could have spent more time with your family, you wish you could have spent more time with yourself, wish you could have done this, and this. You're not going to say on your deathbed, I wish I worked another 2 hours. You're just not. And we don't think that way day to day, but we really should. And yeah, you have to have responsibility, you have to have personal responsibility, and life exists, things exist. You know, you don't want to wind up in a bad situation where you're hurting yourself, but it's okay to say no to work, and it's okay to take a day off or two, to collect yourself, if you want to sit home all day and cry. I did that one day. It's so much fun. You can do that, and you shouldn't feel guilty for wanting to do that. And it's really like life exists beyond you and at work. So I'm really struggling even to find the words this week. And so this video is going to be a little shorter, but I think maybe this is just a video of reassurance of you don't have to always have all the answers, and you don't have to get everything right all the time, and you're allowed to have days off of your 9 to 5. And truthfully, if your job is from 9 to 5, if you don't want to respond to anybody after 5 p.m., that's your prerogative. And same with before. And it just like, it's interesting the world we live in, because people instill certain rules because they think that's how things should be. But you are the creator of your own world, and you can create your own rules that make sense to your life, and not feel guilty about them. And I think that personal boundaries are also absolutely okay. And there's no shame in not responding, and there's no shame in not acknowledging someone until the following work morning. And I'm not sure how I got looped into a world. I mean, this is my life path, I guess, but like how I got looped into a world where there's this like loose expectation of flexibility, but I'm not a doctor. I'm not out there saving lives, but I am loosely expected to respond to certain people after a certain hour. I don't know. It's just, it's strange. It used to bother me a lot in the beginning because I was pretty, I don't know, rebellious, and I would not respond to anyone at all whatsoever. But now I've gotten to a place where it like doesn't bother me as much. But I do have this weird thing that knows that certain things are ridiculous, and that you don't have to be a robot, and you don't have to dance monkey dance when someone tells you to. And that if your company doesn't respect your boundaries, and it's not an expectation of you from the beginning of your like employment history, that's their problem. So never feel guilty for taking time for yourself. Never feel guilty for saying no and creating healthy boundaries. And never feel guilty for not having to explain yourself. If you want to call out because you just don't want to be at work, and your heart is telling you, I need to stay home, stay home. You don't have to say, I'm so sorry, I have to call out today because I'm sick. No one needs to know anything. That's your business. Just call out. Life is so short. Just call out. Not every day. Again, be responsible. But I just think that I'm hyper reflecting on something that I just like overheard, and even my own personal experiences with how I have felt. And again, I'm not sure where it stems from, but what I know inside of my heart, it's okay to not be on all the time. And if you don't want to be on for a week, that's okay too, responsibly. But yeah, anybody who talks smack, they're just jealous because they wish that they could call out and not feel that sense of guilt. That's what I always think. Maybe they're not jealous. Maybe they're like a Debbie do-gooder. Who knows? And that's okay too. But don't let somebody else's energy impact what you are feeling, and pay attention to your body, because your body knows and your body speaks to you. And we ignore our body, which is an intuitive tool. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to the signs. Like I said, I am low energy today. I am barely functioning, and I'm okay with it. I know it's just a phase. It'll pass once the old Aunt Flo's left town. But until then, I am slowly dying. But yeah, take care of yourselves and create healthy boundaries, and call out if you want to. It's all going to be okay. Until next week, everybody.